Now, the conduction system of the heart. So, the pacemaker of the heart is the SA node. That's the starting point, followed by the AV node, which goes to the AV bundle, the left and right bundle branches, and the Purkinje fibers. So, why is it important to know about this? Kapag sinabing SA node, that's the sinus area of the heart. So, it usually pumps electricity at 80 to 100 beats per minute. Okay. So, in cases where patients has been determined to have slow heart, tapos nakita sa ECG na ay hindi sinus, hindi galing sa SA node. So, most likely dead yung SA node, and the contraction of the heart is stimulated by the AV node, which has slower rate compared sa SA node. Why is it also important to know ang flow ng kuryente from SA node to AV node hanggang sa Purkinje fibers? Because when you look at the ECG, if there is prolonged, okay, if there is prolonged PR interval or PQ interval, that's the from the SA node to AV node, we can determine that there is a block somewhere here. So it can be a first degree block. So SA node or the sinoatrial node, kapag andyan galing yan, sinus yan. So usually dito 80 to 100, tapos dito mga 60 to 80 sa AV node, 60 to 80 beats lang yung kaya niya, and lesser, and the rest lower than that. So normal heartbeat for an adult is 60 to 100. So please read on that na lang. So SA node is the pacemaker of the heart. Any other source of electricity aside from the SA node is already called in ectopic beat. So with this, wala nang synchronization yung movement ng electricity sa heart, thus leading to abnormal contractions or palpitations in a person. So palpitation, they can form into fibrillations and other electricity or conduction problems. So ECG, yun nga, important. So these are the three things na you have to know. Familiarize yourself with this. You have to know lang yung normal. So this is a normal ECG. There is P wave, QRS, T wave. When we say P wave, so that's a sinus wave. Galing yan sa SA node. Basically, galing sa taas talaga. Also, it signifies atrial contraction. So if there is P wave, there is atrial contraction galing sa sinus. QRS naman, that's the also signifies ventricular depolarization or ventricular contraction. So, nagko-contract yung ventricles mo. And the T wave is the ventricular repolarization or relaxation. So, PQ interval, start of the P to the start of the Q. So, yun yung travel from SA node to the AV node. If prolonged yung PQ interval, so there is delay sa movement from sinoatrial to AV. There is a first degree block. Kung prolonged yung QRS na wave, so there is abnormality sa movement ng electricity from the AV papunta sa mga Purkinje fibers. So, you have to know lang yung ano. So, basically, the QT interval is the whole ventricular contraction and relaxation. So, kapag hindi yung makita yung P wave, so there is no sinus na source of electricity. So, it can be atrial fibrillation. Or kung makita nyong sunod-sunod siya na madaming P waves, mga ganon, atrial flutter. So, abnormalities sa P wave means abnormalities sa sinus, which also means atrial fibrillations. So, you have to know the basics lang for now for reading ECGs. So, if makita sa ECG na mabilis, madaming PQRS, PQRST, if its rate is more than 100, so it's tachycardia. Tapos, kung lahat sila may P wave, it's sinus tachycardia. If the PQRST na makita sa ECG is counted less than 60 and merong P wave sa umpisa lahat, it's sinus bradycardia. If there is abnormality sa P wave or hindi mahanap yung P wave, that can be sinus arrhythmia. Okay. So, as we have said, atrial fibrillation, walang P waves. Or kung madaming P waves, atrial flutter. Kung madaming QRS, so that's can cause fibrillations na. That can be ventricular tachycardia.